I had asked if M16 can make a place in top 5 assault rifles. Let's see what my take is on this question. Range is an obvious advantage, as we have 40 meters of fast tactical range with good hitbox, where legs don't do lower damage. So the damage output will be consistent and we will always get 291 milliseconds tactical till 40 meters, which is very good as meta guns like Krig have 26 meter of 4-shot range and tactical is slower at range due to bullet speed, and Kilo has good effective range but 4-shot range is worse compared to M16, which gives M16 a unique advantage where we have huge playable range while not having any bullet speed, which will make the tactical slower. On top of that, headshot does 1.4 times damage. So when doing head glitch fights, if we can hit 2 headshots, we have 3-shot potential till 40 meters, and we only need 1 headshot till 20 meters to get 3-shot kill. And we do end up getting this at times, as usually we only see the head when taking head glitch fights, which makes M16 an anti-head glitch weapon, and 40 meters of 3-shot potential is kind of crazy. On top of that, we can boost it further and get 54 meters of 4-shot range with marksman barrel, which pretty much makes most angles on most maps 291 milliseconds time to kill, while having the ability to 3-shot, which is overpowered. The other advantage is the ADS speed. Unlike guns like ICR, which can be made to have huge 4-shot range at the cost of ADS speed becoming slower, the M16 still maintains respectable ADS speed with build. It isn't as fast as some SMGs, but usable to rush at times as long as we are playing smart, doing some movement and positioning well. Bullet spread is under advantage. Yes, it got nerfed, but the spread is still tied to beam at range, no worries. The only thing is we need to maintain the base bullet spread minimum, so we cannot use builds like this. And improving bullet spread is recommended so we can beam even 54 meter range if we want. Recoil is also easy to beam at range, as it is mainly vertical recoil, and we can do just pull down to have no recoil at any range. And now's the good time to leave a like and comment something nice to help support the video. There are cons as well, like poor mobility, especially the ADS movement, which is slower than other assault rifles like Kilo or Krig with Gunsmith build. So we need to rely on aim more to get kills, as we don't strafe fast enough to make ourselves a harder target to hit. And playing behind head glitch is recommended. Remember, always position first and then aim. Fire rate is also on the slower side and just slightly faster than ICR, which can be a drawback for some. Iron sight is a major con, as it shakes a lot to be comfortable to use at range, so we need to use red dot, which is a disadvantage as it wastes an attachment slot, and since we need to use wildfire and red dot, we have very limited flexibility in gunsmith builds. Hipfire is also a con, as even in close range, if we want to get kills, it is better to ADS and shoot. Reload speed is also on the slow side, but at least we have the option for 48 mag, which is nice to have as guns like Kilo or Krig have 50 mag options. As such, M16 isn't like a traditional assault rifle we'd use, why it isn't considered a meta overall, as apart from the good ranges and time to kill, the other stats are average at best. But for the main AR playstyle, where we are playing at range while holding angles and playing passive, M16 even defeats meta guns like Krig 6 and Kilo 141. Why? M16 is niche meta, as it is good to use and can hold its own against other top guns, but has very selective usage, why for most situations Kilo or Krig are going to be the better assault rifles to use. As for top 5 assault rifles, I would include M16 at the end of the list, and for knowing which guns are best to use this season, check out this video. Good gunsmith builds are few. This is the best build with red dot and without red dot. If you don't like the green laser showing, then use this and without red dot. Although I personally liked using Ranger grip, as ADS movement is slow enough that I don't mind making it more slower, and majority of my gameplay had Ranger foregrip, and it wasn't a problem. Tactical laser is usable and red dot build, and use this if you're using barrel and without red dot. Granulated is also usable. We can make versatile builds like this, but better to use some other weapon instead. Share this video to help support it, and until next time, bye.